So today's video, I thought I'd kick 2020 off with a revision video. First revision video of the year. Tips for how to stay motivated, which we all find difficult. I find it difficult sometimes to stay motivated, like that's the hardest thing. So it's not something that's easy to give hardcore advice on. Like, it's not the easiest thing to give hardcore advice, but there is some advice about motivation, which is the hardest thing for loads of people. I did a video on stress and motivation, check that video out, and then watch this one for more motivational tips, as in like a more in-depth motivational video. I find motivation fluctuates. For me, it really fluctuates a lot throughout the day, all day, every day. Nobody's motivated 100% of the time. That is the most important thing to remember, and I have some tea. Cheers to being motivated. Different times of the year you will be you'll have different amounts of motivation. What you need to do is let yourself not be motivated when it happens, work out why that might be the case, and then work on gaining it back. And really just thrive off those times that you have the highest motivation. Like, that's what I do, really thrive off the times I'm most motivated. And then I sort of just let myself be demotivated when it happens. Not feel motivated all the time, because it just doesn't work like that. Personally, I have throughout my life been really motivated to do really well, and I've had goals in my mind of stuff that I wanted to achieve, and I found that's helped keep motivation when it's tough. I always try to put 100% effort into stuff, because I found out that through doing that it gives the best result. I tried hard to get stuff done. Try getting stuff done that I really enjoyed and stuff I don't enjoy, but I think that's the case for most people, to be honest. For my GCSEs, I had to push hard to get the grades I got, because some subjects came easier to me than others, and also some subjects I didn't have as much interest in, so I had to push really hard at science because there was so much to learn, whereas I found I didn't have to push as hard at maths. But obviously I did push hard because I really enjoyed that subject, so I've always wanted to meet my goals, so I worked hard in order to meet my goals. Like becoming an actress, I always make sure that I learn my lines, and things like learning choreography and learning words to songs. These sort of skills helps to achieve my goal in becoming an actress. The best place to be is when you feel really motivated to do stuff without having to think about it, without having to ask that question of, am I motivated, am I not motivated? It's the point where you're motivated to just do stuff without even needing to question it, is what the best place to be is. So I'm going to move on to tips, so hope you enjoy this video. Subscribe down below. First part is staying motivated. I find ticking things off a to-do list and having that satisfaction really does help sustain motivation. I find the way that helps me to be motivated is to set myself goals of stuff that I want to achieve. Motivation comes from goals rather than having nothing to drive towards, like nothing to be like, there's point here. Sometimes starting with smaller tasks on a to-do list can help. As you're going along, ticking more things off, you gain more momentum and you want to power through and you want to finish it. I love the satisfaction of ticking things off my to-do list and being proud that I see all these ticks and I've done all this stuff. I find that taking a break can help so much with motivation. Feeling really stressed and you're just keeping on going and keeping on going, your motivation will dwindle. So what you need to do is just go do something else, like go do some exercise, go out for a walk, take yourself out the house if it helps. Because I find that doing exercise really helps keep me motivated when the going gets tough. So getting stuff done gives you something good to look back on in later life. I tried my best, I'm having a good life because I have met these goals. Thanks to trying my best and completing goals. I want to look back and think, I regret wasting time on social media. I could have dedicated more time to my studies. Those kind of things we don't want. Also thinking about if you're really struggling, then every day is different. Not every day will be a good day, and not everyone has 100% motivation all the time. You have like good days and bad days. Days with more motivation, days with less motivation. Also, you may not know what will happen in the future, but you can create a future that you decide you want to do with your life. Like, where do you want to go in life? Do you want to go to university? Do you want to... What job do you want to do? All those kind of things really helps. I know the more shows I do, the bigger parts I will get, the better chance at doing really well. Not saying it will happen, but I'm just sort of using that as like a general thing. If you're struggling to get motivated, think about whatever you're doing can do at any time. Whatever you're doing, you can do at any time. Your exams are not going to last forever. Once your exams are finished, you can look forward to doing stuff like scrolling through Facebook. Next thing is a thing that can be quite difficult that even I'm not perfect at, and that is discipline. Some days your motivation will be lower than other days, whereas some days your motivation will be higher. To help with motivation, give yourself a routine of stuff to do every day, like before you start work, do some exercise, eat breakfast, do all those things, like mute group chats before start working and then get into your work. And make sure when you are doing work that you're like taking enough breaks. Routines, the more you do them, the more they'll just become a habit, something good, something that can help with motivation and help prevent your motivation from dwindling. Feel free if you think you need to change something or you want to try something new, is to change your routine. My routine's never been the same, but my routine helps me to get stuff done, I find. I know what I'm doing at what time. Plan as well, like plan what you want to get done to do over the week. If you plan something, you commit to that plan and do it at some point. I find it really hard to commit to plans. I'm not saying it would work, but just general things like meeting up with friends and that, which is good plans to have. Like, you need to plan time out of doing work, like, and plan when you're going to do your work. Set deadlines, internal deadlines. I have a test on Friday, pretend the test's on Tuesday. With deadlines, if you don't meet them, don't be too hard on yourself. You have a window to get stuff done. It's about learning when you should let yourself off and when you need to be a bit more disciplined. Next bit is how to find motivation if you don't have a lot of motivation. Sometimes starting something can be the hardest bit. Like, the hardest bit for me is getting started. Like, I have some stuff that I struggle to get started with. I find that if you're not motivated, do something else. Like, step away from your desk, do something else, go for a walk. Around your house, go for a walk outside. Go do some exercise, go to the toilet, get a drink, get a snack. If you're hungry and thirsty, that doesn't help motivation, that really just doesn't. As you finish doing what you need to do, you will feel more ready to do the task. Music as well helps if you're struggling. I listen to Spotify. Create a motivational playlist. Have one, Spotify, called Motivational Mondays. my Spotify said jumped over the dog. If you're struggling to start a task, set a timer for the amount of time that you're going to spend. So 30 minutes on a task, so set a timer for 30 minutes, because this helps to get all systems going, so after that will be all systems go. Lists are so motivating because it gives you satisfaction of ticking things off. Sometimes I will write really small things on there, just to give that satisfaction. Most important thing, motivation, is to set goals, set stuff you want to achieve. Try and work out which point of the day you find it trickiest to work and acknowledge that. Then find a way of fixing it, like, say, go do something else. Having a work environment, that place you can go and work and do your best work possible. I work at the table, so when I'm at the table I know it's work time. If you get through some of your to-do list, then and you're starting to lose motivation, look back and see what you've done on your to-do list, because this can prove you have done stuff and got stuff done ready. Our motivation can plummet when you get a bad mark or a bad grade, something like that. Bad news even can cause motivation to drop rapidly. Please try not to give up, as hard as it is. We all struggle with things. I hope this video has been useful. And motivation intertwines with a lot of other things, how we're feeling, our mood, procrastination, time management. It is hard because everyone's body doesn't have motivation all of the time, which is the hardest bit, I find. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe down below, and I'll see you in a brand new video. Bye.